Today, the bank of mum and dad goes pop. Hello again, it's Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics from the latest post covering finance and problem news with a distinctively Australian flavour. Just finishing off my last piece of research, and I wanted to highlight the movements with regard to the bank of mum and dad. So this is, of course, where parents are helping their kids to buy property. And it was definitely hot a few months ago, but the temperature's really come down more recently. And so the data that I'm going to share with you is from our surveys right up to date. And we can look at first the number of bank of mum and dad first-time buyers has dropped. It's just over 5,000 now. At a peak back in 2021, we had 30,000. And so you can see there the considerable change over the quarter. And the other point here is the drop in the proportion of people looking to bank a mum and dad. It's down to 30%, whereas in June 2022, it was closer to 60%. So both in terms of volume and number, the bank of mum and dad has fallen out of favour. We can also look at the average size of the deposit help. Of course, bank of mum and dad does other things. It might pay the mortgage and other things sometimes, but this is looking at where people are actually getting help with the deposit. And at the moment, the average size of the deposit from the bank of mum and dad is $102,567 on average. Now that's down from a peak closer to $120,000 back in 2021. And of course, it does vary considerably by different locations. And the third thing to understand is that the bank of mum and dad still has a considerable footprint. Total outstanding is about $37.9 billion, which puts it as the 10th biggest lender, just behind Suncorp Metway and before HSBC. And the growth rate has really slowed, of course, because the volume of transactions is considerably lower. So quickly, let me summarise what's going on. Firstly, a lot of people who got help from mum and dad are now finding that the value of their property is reducing and the pressure on the mortgage is rising. And we know that there's a 3 to 4 times greater probability of people who got help from mum and dad ultimately getting into financial difficulty. We also know that some parents who saw a considerable run-up in their equity because property prices rose are now seeing the reverse is also true, that the value of their property is decreasing. And of course, the value of their superannuation and their other investments is also down. So the whole value equation when it comes to parents feeling comfortable with their own wealth position into older age is in question too. So it's not surprising that those two factors are playing into the phenomenon we're seeing. The third point is that, of course, the number of first-time buyers actually buying at the moment is way, way down, as I covered the other day in a recent post. In conclusion, the number of new first-time buyers being assisted by the bank of mum and dad is falling through the floor, and the legacy from transactions that were done in the height of the property boom are now coming home to roost. And I don't expect that we will see a great turnaround here. I think that the bank of mum and dad is definitely on the decline at the moment. And that is, of course, not surprising, given all of the other factors in play at the moment with rising interest rates, income not growing in real terms, and the broader financial pressures on households. I'm Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.